This right here certainly is good news for Disney, Sony, and Marvel Studios, as Spider-Man No Way Home will be the first MCU Phase 4 film to secure a release in China, more or less guaranteeing that this will be one of the biggest films, if not the biggest film, of the year. So I think most of you know this, some of you might not, but securing a release date in China is huge because they only allow a certain amount of films to play there from international markets, aka markets that are not Chinese. So if you can secure a release there, you are guaranteeing a huge amount of profit. Disney has had trouble with all of Phase 4 because they've been at giant odds with China and they haven't wanted to play their games. So it's kind of gone back and forth. Now, Spider-Man No Way Home is co-financed and co-produced by Disney and Marvel Studios, so they have a financial stake in this, thus making this the first film that's releasing there as part of the fourth phase, so they're going to be seeing good money and good returns. Now, of course, there is some other stuff that's going on here, specifically that China loves the character of Spider-Man. That's why Venom is a huge thing there. They just love that character. The character moves merchandise there. I mean, Spider-Man is huge overseas. That's just a fact. And if you look at stats from the last couple of years, he's overtaken Superman in many locations as the most popular character in the world. And this has been ongoing for about 10 years now, so it's not surprising that China wants a giant piece of that Spider-Man profit pie. Now, the other big thing here is, of course, are they going to have to censor anything? And will Disney bend to that censoring per Sony's request? Because again, the film will have to be shown in its entirety to get final approval. Is there something in there that could be questionable that the Chinese theater chains don't like? It could happen, and I assume they will bend to it because this is ultimately Sony making that call because they're going to distribute it there, I believe. It's not being distributed directly by Disney, but either way, though, this is a huge step forward for this film in general, and it secures them what many people believe could be the biggest film of the year or of the pandemic era, if you will. And many people are looking at this as being the only film that could possibly take down the Fast and Furious, which had the biggest global release of any film so far, again, because they were able to secure a lot of international locations. So this could be really good. I mean, this, I think, guarantees success to the film. And ultimately, I think this film probably will end up being, if not number 2, possibly number 1 this year. And that just guarantees more Spider-Man in the MCU and more Spider-Man adjacent films happening. And now with them already kind of bending backwards to accommodate Venom, I think everybody's going to kind of agree that we need to put out the film to please China because it needs to be big there, because we all want to massively profit from it. So good things all around. Glad Variety was able to secure this news.